Hello everybody, welcome to the video. That's right, you're watching a Black Ops 2 gameplay, as I'm still going to rant about Dust 514 because I don't have any footage of that shitty shit fucking game. Here we go. I said to myself I was not going to make an answer video to my last review because I just didn't feel like trying to re-explain myself, and here's the thing. Since that video, I still stand 100% by every fucking thing I've said in that fucking video. Dust 514 is a fucking terrible game. CCP does not know how to fucking make a fucking game. They really don't. The spawns still fucking suck. In fact, I have seen zero change since that video where everyone's like, oh, they fixed the spawns, they fixed them so much. There hasn't been a fucking change at all. If I come into a game halfway, I will spawn and I will be killed before I even get my gun up, because it takes like about 2 seconds for your character to materialize on the map. While they're materializing, you can still be shot and killed, okay? So I'm getting bullets and damage and getting shot before I can even defend myself, right? And of course, my whole entire team is spawn trapped, so there's no way of getting out of it, so you can drop an uplink somewhere else or anything like that. So the spawns have not been fucking fixed. In fact, I actually think they've gotten worse. Why? Because now sometimes when you spawn, it's just a fucking black screen. And when you're trapped like that, you actually can't even access the start menu to get back out of the game. The only way to get out of the game is to dashboard your way out. Shocker. Hit detection and the lag is still fucking there. That has not fucking changed whatsoever. Honestly, it feels like I'm playing with a fucking broken controller. And it's even apparent when I throw my grenades, actually. When I throw my grenades, wherever I aim them, my character will actually throw them like 10 to 15 feet to the left or right of where I aimed them, and I didn't move or flinch at the last second when I threw them. It's like, what the fuck? I did not aim that grenade. Okay, whatever. Or sometimes when my character does throw a grenade, it goes like 2 feet in front of me, like a 1-year-old trying to throw a bowling ball. It's fucking ridiculous. The game sucks. It still sucks. I honestly thought that Call of Duty was probably the worst shooter out there, and the only reason it was still alive was because of the popularity of the franchise. Because Call of Duty as a whole is actually a good shooter. There are good CODs. There's COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and Black Ops 2. Other than that, all the other CODs, yeah, they did fucking suck balls. And back in COD 3.2.1, you can't even compare it to today's games. You just can't. But speaking of Call of Duty, and Call of Duties nobody plays or cares about anymore because they're hacked to shit like World at War. It's seriously, sometimes it's like playing World at War in this game. It's almost like they're fucking hacking or some shit. And I know in Black Ops or in all of Call of Duty, everyone's always like, oh, you're a fucking hacker, you're a fucking hacker. It's like, no. Chances are you're not playing against a hacker. I've played against real fucking hackers, or I should say modders, in other Call of Duties. But every time I get accused of hacking in Call of Duty when I'm not a fucking hacker, it's because A, I either outplayed you, or B, my connection was a half a second ahead of you. Well, that connection latency and difference in latency, that happens on dedicated servers too, alright? It happens in Battlefield 3, it happens in Homefront. I've never had it happen more frequently and worse than in Dust 514 because CCP does not know how to build a game. Simple as that. And this whole, well, it's a fucking beta. Okay, here's my argument. It's not a fucking beta. Just because they tell you it's a beta does not make it a fucking beta. Little word of advice, never ever fucking believe what any person from a gaming company or a community manager of a game ever fucking tells you, because their job is to basically lie and spin shit to get you to spend more money. First of all, they started off with a closed beta, only select people could fucking play it. Okay, whatever, big deal. Well, they got to keep all their gear, all their ISK, all the shit they acquired while playing the closed beta. Then they had the open beta, so all these other people have to catch up. What's the best way to catch up? Once again, skill boosters, because quite frankly, if you play against someone who has a more advanced drop suit than you, has a better gun than you, the whole 9 yards, has gone through the ranks, yeah, it's like playing a fucking hacker. I remember I was playing a guy, he's using a shotgun, and I was shooting the fuck out of him, and it was seriously, it was like he was made out of a fucking heavy or some shit like that. My bullets would not do anything. I fucking unloaded 60 fucking bullets right into him, all hit markers, and I barely busted through his shield, and he shot me once with his shotgun, and I was insta-killed. Kind of like at World at War with that God hack where people would just walk around and they'd, boom, just able to kill you. That's exactly what it was like playing against. So yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to fucking spend money on skill boosters to fucking play catch up to all the people that were in the closed beta. I know when I'm playing this game, sometimes the thought does cross my mind. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, I need to fucking advance my character. I need to have better drop suits. I need to buy better skill books because this is not fucking working out for me. I need to fucking catch up to these fucking players, but I'm not gonna fucking spend money to do that. But I can see how people would be driven to do that because they did that on purpose. Now, when the game actually comes out, the actual game, even though the beta is huge and the game must be fucking impressively huge, even though they do say there's 7.5 years worth of skills that are going to be learned in Dust 514. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. That's the thing with free-to-play games, man. They stretch it out so fucking much because they literally try and get you to continuously microtransaction. I know Call of Duty's doing that right now with their bacon camo or some shit like that. That's how free-to-play games operate. They try and nickel and dime you to eventually you don't realize that you've probably spent more money than you would have on a regular game if you just would have bought it up front. But with the regular game coming out and everyone able from the betas to keep all their gear and shit, now when the game's going to be out to the masses, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to fucking buy skill boosters just to make an attempt to catch up. But how the fuck are you supposed to catch up in this game when you can't earn any SP or any fucking ISK in the fucking game that's even worth having when you're fucking spawn trapped all the fucking time? Because you're getting spawned in front of people just sitting on you with heavy machine guns. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. The spawns in this game are still fucking broken. The lag and the shitty ass hit detection is still fucking there. The huge gap in fucking skill is still fucking there, forcing people to fucking pay. But you gotta remember, paying's optional. Of course paying's optional. They can't force you to pay for shit in this game. They're not going to do that because then it would look really shady. But what they are going to do is narrow the options in which you need to fucking pay. So that's how they're going to do it. So as far as my last Dust 514 motherfucking review, guess what? I still stand by every motherfucking thing I've said in it. And I'm not a bad Dust 514 player by any means, actually. Yes, I will have games where I do run around because I don't know the maps and I get shot to shit. And there are games where I camp my ass off and I can go 30-0 just like everybody else. But honestly, who wants to fucking play that way? Seriously. That's not a fucking skill. Everyone's like, oh, it's tactics and skill in Dust 514. It's not a tactic or a skill if anyone can play like that. Anyone can sit in a fucking head glitch. Considering no bullet penetration is coded into this game, all you have to do is sit behind a fucking box, come up, kill somebody. Get down. Come up, kill somebody, get down. I mean, simple as that. This game is not challenging and it's not fucking hard. And it's not really that complex. Is it interesting? Does it have cool things to it? Yes. I do like the ISK features, the mercenary aspect of it, the earning skill points, building your character and all that shit. I just don't like the huge gap in the unbalanced play that it fucking creates and how they introduce convenient ways for you to pay to have things in this game instead of, you know, actually earning it with skill points. I don't need to use ISK if I can just buy a weapon. And you use my aura, that's right, I'm still not going to put the fucking M on the end of it, and I'm still not going to call it Dust 514 because I'll say it however the fuck I motherfucking want. So you can still buy guns with aura that aren't superior. I'm not saying that they're superior equipment or aura only guns are the best guns in the game, but I'm saying you can do that without wasting any ISK. So you don't actually have to play matches to earn more ISK to get these guns, simple as that. You can use aura for fucking, if you do play matches, to increase the skill points you have so you can learn things that much faster. If you're learning things 50% faster and you're able to use equipments and weapons and drop suits and other things and everything in this game 50% faster, that's going to make a huge fucking skill gap once again, forcing other people to use skill boosters. That's how the fucking game is built. So as far as my last Dust 514 motherfucking review and all the attention it got, thank you for giving me a fucking video with over 1,000 views. It now sits as the second most viewed video on my channel, which I'm fucking damn proud of, and I still stand by every motherfucking thing I said in it because it's all motherfucking true. The only argument anyone ever comes up with liking Dust 514 is they say, well, it's better than COD, it's better than Call of Duty, it's better than Call of Duty. Okay, apparently I'm the only person that says it's not better than Call of Duty. I think it's better than some Call of Duty games, which you gotta remember, the Call of Duty series, what is that, 9-10 games large? Okay, you can't compare it to the whole franchise, but you can compare it to specific games. Is it better than World at War? Yes. Is it better than COD 4? No. Is it better than Black Ops 1? Half and half. Is it better than Black Ops 2? No, it simply isn't. Just because you hate Call of Duty does not mean Dust 514 is the greatest game of all time. When someone else actually gives another shooter a try, yeah, most people's eyes are open and the wool is pulled from their eyes when they realize, oh my god, this is so much better than COD. It's like, no fucking shit. Every fucking shooter made is better than Call of Duty. Call of Duty does have a whole bunch of 12-year-olds brainwashed into thinking that's the only shooter worth playing. Homefront, best shooter ever made, not Call of Duty. Battlefield 3, great fucking shooter, real shooter. Same with Medal of Honor, not Call of fucking Duty. Crisis 3 is a good shooter. I played that beta. That's a fucking great ass fucking shooter, better than Call of Duty. So the whole it's better than Call of Duty argument doesn't really show me that the game is better. It just shows me for the people that like Dust 514 finally found the game that they can be good at because they sucked at Call of Duty or Call of Duty didn't work for them. That doesn't mean it's a better game. That just means you do better at it. Now you could say, oh, the counter argument to that, Benjamin, is that you suck at Dust 514. But here's the thing, I don't suck at Dust 514. It's very hard to suck at Dust 514. If you do run around like a motherfucking maniac, yeah, chances are you're not gonna fucking win at that game. Of course, unless you have fucking shield enhancers and shield rechargers, so you're a fucking tank walking around, so you can basically just walk up to people and fucking blow on them and kill them. Yeah, then it's really easy to play like that. But as far as Dust 514 having any skill whatsoever motherfucking ever, everyone's just sitting in head glitches, whatever. Or just a bunch of heavies running around with basically death machines. I mean, if you do want to compare it to Call of fucking Duty, yeah, think about this. Would you want to play Call of Duty if someone's primary weapon was a fucking death machine and they had Juggernaut on times 10? It's really hard to beat a heavy in this game. In fact, the only way I found that you can beat a heavy is when I know the connection is working in my favor. I can outsmart him, I can outmaneuver him, but at the end of the day, it's gonna take me at least 2 fucking full clips to fucking drop a heavy. Well, with the fucking reload times, and I know what you're thinking, oh, it only takes 2 seconds to reload time. Actually, I held a stopwatch. I have level 5 reload for assault rifles, and it still takes 3 seconds, exactly 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, reloaded, to actually reload my fucking weapon. I don't know about you, but in a shooter, that's kind of very important to have fast reload times, hence is the invention of sleight of hand. But back on topic, yes, I like some Call of Duty games. I like Black Ops 2, I like Modern Warfare 2, I like COD 4. All the other ones do fucking suck dick. Are there better shooters out there than Call of Duty? Yes. Is Dust 514 one of them? No, it is not. CCP does not know how to fucking make a game. I will hand it off to them that, hey, they built a shooter from scratch, but guess what? They didn't know what they were fucking doing. So maybe CCP should actually ask Treyarch how to fucking code a shooter, because that's how bad it is. And if there are any Dust 514 fanboys that are going to come onto this video and leave the exact same fucking comment that the 18 people before you did, thinking that I'm actually going to read yours and think yours is original, yeah, get a fucking life. Seriously, I have never, ever seen so many fucking hardcore fanboys in my life. I've never met COD fanboys that fucking crazy. I've never met Homefront, Crysis, Halo, Battlefield, Final Fantasy, Skyrim, you fucking name it. I've never met fucking hardcore fanboys like that. It's like, wow, how fucking sad are they? I mean, I'll grant you, I thought I was a gamer. Apparently I'm not compared to these motherfucking kids. It was like, holy shit. I'd be fucking embarrassed if I was bragging about how good I was at this fucking game or any game whatsoever. I'd be fucking embarrassed if I fucking was sending people death threats because I didn't like the game that they apparently just fucking love and will sell their firstborn for. You know what's really funny is I had tons of private messages telling me, hey, I don't like Dust 514 either. Hey, I'm experiencing the same things you're experiencing. And the reason I didn't actually put that in the actual comment section of your videos because I didn't want to get attacked by what seemed to be a bunch of fucking 10-year-olds. And I was like, it's alright, brother, I totally understand. That's the reason I made the video, because I don't know if this statistic is true, but I hear it more and more and I'm seeing it more and more, that half of Dust 514's people that have played the game don't anymore, whether it's because they are comparing it to Call of Duty or shit's not working for them or whatever. Either way, if you can't retain half your fucking play base, then you need a little bit of work on your fucking game and you gotta really fucking step it up. And lately there's a whole mountain of brand new glitches that I could go over in this game, but remember, it's a beta, it's a work in progress, even though this isn't a fucking beta, people, okay? This is a retard shooter made on Windows 98 in an attempt to score tons of money in this game. I'm pretty sure Dust 514 is already coming into one of the highest grossing games of 2013. It's seriously that fucking good. And the problem is I don't want to see other shooters or any games like this keep spurring up. This whole free-to-play system, aka pay-to-win system, is fucking bullshit. And that's right, it is fucking pay-to-win. So to recap a very long rant and a long video, I stand by every motherfucking thing I said in the last motherfucking video. If you want to fucking try and pick it apart, be my guest, but you can't change what I fucking experienced. You can't change what this game actually lacks. This game is crap, and if you have a valid argument as to why Dust 514 is a good game, try to make it so it's not comparable to COD. Try to make it sound like Dust 514 is a good game standing on its own, not comparing it to COD or Mario or Duck Hunt or whatever the fuck. On its own, Dust 514 objectively as a game in itself, not comparing it to COD, which I never did. I only compared it to COD references because I'm a fucking Call of Duty mainly channel. I really am. So most of the people that watch my shit, if I have to explain Dust 514 to them, I have to do it in terms that they can understand, but I never ever compare any other game to Call of Duty. Dust 514 on its own is still a shit fucking game. or as some people like to call it, still a beta, when let's face it, it's not.